Here, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new viewer, I just want to say welcome. I am a homeschooling mama too, and I love to make homeschooling videos just to encourage and motivate and give ideas to homeschooling parents out there. So thank you so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscription button and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my homeschooling videos. So today I am joining with April from the Simple Rugged Path, and we just want to bring encouragement to you parents out there. And we're going to be joining for the next couple of months, and every month we're going to bring a different topic to you all. This month we're going to talk about how to protect your marriage through this season, not just the season of homeschooling, but just to protect this season of parenthood. And not that we're experts or anything, but maybe just talk about things that work for us as a couple and as a family. Just might help you. That might help you all a little bit, no? Because we are not experts in this at all. We don't have perfect marriages or perfect families. So just want to share a bit of encouragement and things that work for our families and for our marriages. And in the next couple of months, we are going to be, getting together again and coming in here, just sharing different things with you all. Some things that have to do with homeschooling, some things about personal self-care. So be on the lookout for that in the next couple of months. April and I have just become encouraging to each other. We met through YouTube and we had an opportunity to meet in person. It's just been amazing, just the way that we can encourage each other. So I just wanted to say that is find a friend, and sometimes friends will come in the most unexpected places. So never be afraid to meet somebody that you have met through just to connect with somebody that you have met through Facebook or through YouTube, because some amazing friendships can happen from that. I just want to encourage you. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about how to protect your marriage. We have 5 ways to protect your marriage in this season of homeschooling, but also not just about homeschooling, about parenting. If you have a child, if you have children, young children at home, you have to protect your marriage. And it is not easy. It's something that takes work, and it takes a lot of grace and a lot of prayer and having God in the center of your marriage. But I want to talk about things that you can do to protect your marriage and things that you can do to help your marriage. Not like I said, we are not experts, not a perfect marriage at all. But like I said, things that have worked for us. So actually, the first thing is I'm going to give you as a tip that I want to start incorporating more myself. And so I'm going to give a tip to you that I'm giving to myself, and this one goes more towards family. Some dads, they don't spend time at home. They are at work all day and they come home and it's late, you're done with school. It's hard sometimes to involve dads with what you're doing in homeschooling, and I'm guilty of that. I don't talk to my husband about what we have done in school, and I want to work on so I'm giving you a tip as I'm giving myself or an idea. I want to work on trying to involve dad a little bit more in things. We just maybe telling at the end of the day or at the end of the week the things that we've been working on, maybe send him pictures throughout the day of things we're doing. It just kind of feels to make them a little bit more involved. And I think that's important. That has to come from us. Sometimes the dads come home and they're tired and they're not thinking, oh, I wonder what the kids did at school today, and that's okay. And but I think is we as moms try to involve them more. Maybe send them pictures throughout the day. At the end of the week, sit down and the kids can talk about what they're doing or work on a project together. And I'm so guilty of this. I'm not doing it. So I wanted to give you just a couple tips and maybe things that I want to start working on. So that's the first thing, how to protect. And this one is more about family. So the next time I'm going to talk a little bit more about marriage, but I wanted to put that in there. The second thing, talk about what is going on, and just listen to each other each day. Take a couple minutes, 5 minutes, and talk about how your day was, what's going on at work, what's going on with the kids, how the behavior, and just sit down and talk and try to just listen to each other and ask each other how your day was. I try to ask my husband every day, so how was your day? And he'll ask me, how was your day? Sometimes I don't feel like talking about it, and sometimes I think for men it's harder. For some men, I think the majority of men, it's harder for them to open up, and if they're having a hard time at work or they're having some difficulties at work, it's harder for them to open up to their wives and talk about what's going on. So I think it's important for us to open up and ask them about their day and notice their body language, because I know when sometimes some things is going on at work with my husband, and I can tell his body language, and I ask, is everything okay, and just try to open up, because like I said, it's harder for men to open up, and just kind of dig a little bit and have them talk to you a little bit about their day and what's been bothering them at work, and that helps them. It helps them a lot. Sometimes they think that you might not be interested, but you need to be interested, and even if we did talk about something you don't know anything about and you might not understand, just listen. So that's very important. Have weekly date nights. We try to do our Saturday date night, and that time is sacred for us. We don't do anything exciting. We might watch a movie, play games, just sit down. So the last couple of weeks, date night for us has been doing some research for camping trips, and that's big fun. I love to plan our camping trips. So just spending that time together and separate that time is sacred for us. Saturday night is date night. The kids know it, and I tell my daughter she needs to stay in her room so we can spend that time together. And we do that also throughout the week, and spend a couple of days during the week, but it's just us, even like doing movie night, just talking, doing anything that just spending that time together. And that's very important. You separate those times, because the weeks can go by and you're so tired from homeschooling all day, or from being with the kids, or working, anything. I said I don't want to just talk about homeschooling, just to parents in general. So make sure you separate a day, and if you're able to go out, please go out and have date night outside of the house. It's hard for us, especially now that we moved to a new city. We don't know anybody that I could trust to stay with my kids, but if you're able to, please, at least once a month, try to have a date night out of the house and spend that time together without the kids. I'm trying to talk about the kids, because it's so hard not to talk about the kids when you go out on dates. But anyways, another thing, I think that's number 4. Have your own hobbies, have your own things, spend time alone also. My husband, he loves to play video games, and he has 3 nights a week where he plays video games, or he watches videos, or he plays games on the computer. Just spending that time and doing something that they enjoy. I struggle with that at first, and kind of still struggle a little bit, but it's so important that you have something that you like to do. So in those days that my husband is playing his video games, I either read, or I watch YouTube videos, or I watch movies, or catch up on shows that I haven't watched, or lesson plan, whatever I need. Just spending that time alone is very important for us as married couples, to spend that time doing what we enjoy. I'm going to be going to a Bible study, so I'm going to have that for myself. And like I said, my husband, he loves to play video games, and he plays online, and that's the things that he enjoys, and I need to be able to let him do that, because that's the way that he unwinds. And just having those things those separate hobbies and spending that time apart is good. And I struggled with that at the beginning of our marriage a lot. I wanted to be with him all the time, and I got really upset, and I still do some when he wants to play video games, but he's really good about it. He has his nights where he plays, and so that's been good for him, and I think it's good for our marriage also. So I'm just being transparent with you all here. And the last thing that's so important in marriage, and I put it last, but to talk about money. Never be afraid to talk money with your spouse. Try to be in the same page with your spouse with money is very important. I will recommend going through Financial Peace University from Dave Ramsey. We did that very early in our marriage. We've been married for almost 8 years, I think. Yeah, 8 years this year, and that's helped us so much. Just because we're so different, and how 2 different people come together and manage money. And so I think money is one of the number 1 reasons that people get divorced. And so just being able to talk about money, so try to talk about it so you don't fight about it, and be in the same page and have a plan is so important. So that's one of the things that I will suggest. I had never talked to anybody that's getting married, and not that I'm an expert, but just this has been such a huge thing in our marriage, just talking about money and knowing and just being in the same page. Like I will recommend 100% anybody that's getting married, anybody that's struggling financially, anybody that's having financial issues with like fights or anything with your husband, to go through Financial Peace University. It is a Christian program, but I don't think you don't need to be Christian to go through it. It is just amazing. It has changed. It really help us begin our marriage in a good spot. Okay. With all honesty, my husband and I, we fight about many things and we argue, but we had never in our 8 years of marriage and 3 years that we did, 2 years that we were dating before, we had never ever fought about money. And that's so important. I think just having that same mentality about money and being in the same spot, the same page, and plan together is so important. And that will be my number one tip, or my number one for the health of your marriage and for having a successful marriage. And I'm gonna give you a little tip, number 6, and it should be number 1, to pray for each other. Pray for your husband. I pray for my husband, and that's so important. So make it a habit when you're praying for the different things that you're praying for. Make sure that you pray for your husband, and make sure that God stays in the center of your marriage. So these are I give you six things to help you protect your marriage, and tips or encouragement, motivation. I'm sure April is going to talk about something different. That's the good thing. We're getting together. We're going to have the same theme, but we're both going to give you different. We're going to talk about something different, because we both of us might see the theme or the idea in a different way, and this is why this is so great. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was encouraging. I hope it was helpful. I'm not an expert. My marriage, my family is not perfect, not even close. But these are things that has helped us at least start to have a good marriage and a good family. And like I say, things are not always perfect, and some days are hard and are tough. But if you keep God in the center of your marriage and you never give up, that's the key. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. And make sure you check April's channel below. I will put the link to her channel so you can check her video on this topic. So I can't wait to watch her video. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.